Now, something that people do when they're worried or stressed about something is to talk to themselves over and over again about whatever the situation is. Now, usually when we do this, we don't do it in a pleasant kind of encouraging voice. It's usually in a pretty nagging, persistent voice that we torture ourselves with. Now, one of the easiest techniques to change the effect that has is to, when you start talking to yourself and maybe even staying up at night going over and over an old situation, is to change the tonality and the speed and the volume of that voice. So you can start with making that voice perhaps into a high, ridiculous kind of Mickey Mouse kind of voice, making it higher and higher until that voice just doesn't have the same effect anymore. Or you can make it into a deep voice and slow down the speed. And you can say the same things nagging to yourself, but just say them in a completely ridiculous way. And notice how that has an effect on how important you make that voice. Another thing you can do is to turn the volume down on that voice. So you can keep nagging to yourself and talking away, but just turn down the volume until it completely fades out. Another thing you can do is to notice where you hear that voice. So now, I know literally it's just in your head, it's in your imagination, but sometimes you feel that that voice is coming from a certain direction, or maybe it is just in your head. Now, imagine being able to remove that voice so you can still hear it, taking that voice out and moving it around. So move it further and further away, and you can hear it getting quieter and quieter, and even throwing it away until you can't hear that nagging voice anymore. Now that's something you can experiment with, either making the voice faster and faster and higher until it just sounds completely ridiculous, slowing it down until it's and you can't understand it anymore, or just moving it away.